Hey everyone, Matt King with the King Piers team, out here with another video showcase of the nation's very best engineering sound foundation repair. If you would like to see more, we highly encourage you to visit us over on our YouTube and Facebook channels. Just search for King Piers LLC, and while you're there, please leave a like and a subscribe. We are up here kind of in the Gladstone, North Kansas City area. This is just a small epoxy injection project. About 4 feet of crack total, just a lot on the inside and the outside wall that we're going to be sealing here shortly. You can see where the water is infiltrating through the hairline crack here. So first step of our 3-step epoxy injection process is to drill into the crack itself. So we're not going that deep into the wall. We essentially go just enough to be able to fit this wide end of our hollow port right into that wall and make sure it's fully embedded. And then shortly after we finish cleaning up the dust from drilling, we will apply the first layer of fast setting epoxy. That is going to harden overnight, and then tomorrow we will start the injection from this bottommost port. And one of two things happens when you do a proper epoxy injection. Starting here, there's so much pressure when you inject, and here you can kind of see about how much this crack is inside the wall. So it is very hairline, but we are going to make sure everything is injected. But when you start injecting through that bottommost port, you will either see the epoxy start to come through the very next one, or you physically cannot squeeze any more material through the port. It's completely full inside the wall. That first layer of epoxy is what is done so that when we inject through the ports, that epoxy will not just push through the crack and start spewing out. It's only going to stay controlled inside the ports and therefore inside the wall. So one thing you want to watch out for, we've seen time after time, instead of drilling just a simple hole to embed the port, some companies will put the port right on the surface of the crack, and even though there is an opening on each end, you cannot get material into the wall if you do it that way. So that's why we inject it, to ensure that epoxy is traveling and sealing the crack inside the wall, which is what we want. So we are getting started on step number 1 of our 3-step process. Tomorrow morning we'll come back, do the injection, and then step 3 we will cut off the ports, flush to the wall, and apply a final layer of NP150 polyurethane. So stay tuned for more updates. Again, you can find these on YouTube and Facebook. Just search for King Piers LLC. You can also go to our website, kingpiers.com. And don't forget, you can always call us directly by phone at 1-816-288-4373.